Sovereign greetings, global family. Welcome to CrownCast, where tribal sovereignty, royal lineage, and global leadership meet. I'm your host, First Lady Swinton. Today, we are honored to welcome a distinguished guest whose work touches both mind and spirit. Dr. Aninda, a renowned expert in integrative health, wellness, and human transformation. Her approach bridges the scientific with the spiritual, the clinical with the intuitive, and the modern with the ancient, aligning seamlessly with the values of CrownCast, where we honor the whole human being. In a world where stress, imbalance, and disconnection have become the silent epidemics, Dr. Aninda stands as a healer, a teacher, and a guide, empowering people to reclaim their health, their peace, and their inner alignment. Today's conversation is not merely an interview. It's a sovereign exchange, a merging of holistic wisdom, medical expertise, and ancestral understanding. Together, we explore the pathways to healing, resilience, and wellness from the inside out. Welcome, Dr. Aninda. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you, Lady Swinton. I would like to thank the House of Alorene and Chief and you to give me this honor. I am really humbled and I was anxious also to get this honor, and I will try my best to do the justice to the role. And definitely, as you said, it's not about the conversation and question answer. It's about exchange of the healing mechanisms and coping, and also the how we can make mental health a priority in every country, and also as the ancestral and our ancestral and traditional culture, how it can be brought back for the healing. And as in the last you said, healing is inside job. It's not only outside job. Not only medicines can't work. It's like healing is inside job. You have to work on yourself, and our traditional cultural values play a very important role in that. And they have to be gotten back now. People are forgetting them. And yes, you are doing the things very nicely, like getting all the policies made differently and giving so much importance to the mental health and a wellness package kind of thing. So I'm grateful to you and thanks a lot.
Well, I'm very honored to have you on. So let's get into it. So you had a very rich professional journey. You went from working in general hospital psychiatry to neuropsychiatry, and now you're an advocate around gender-based violence and wellness. What first inspired you to specialize in the intersection of mental health and sexual relationship health?
So actually, yeah, first of thing, taking up psychiatry was from the birth. I think it was like my family is family of psychiatrists, and I always say it's like mental health and psychiatry is in our blood, and so that raising awareness was there. But yes, I got inspired to look into the sexual health aspect because after listening to one teacher, my guide, Dr. TSS Rafser, he's a very well-renowned sexologist. To listening to his talk, I got to realize that many women come to us with a body part complaint, or many men also come with headache. And then when we take the history, it comes out like there is something wrong going in the bedroom at night. So which we don't know, and we didn't dig it. And also, definitely, mind and body are connected to each other. Mind and body are married, as my favorite quotation. Mind and body are married to each other. One suffers, the other sympathizes. So, sexual health, physical health, mental health, they all are very important. And holistic health can be only with all these things. Sexual health is also a very important part. Sex is like food and all, and people neglect that. And mental health, nobody likes to talk, but it's our mind only which is making us work. That is, one should think and give the importance. So it's time to prioritize our mental, sexual, and physical health and whole as a whole. Yeah.
Now you've been very open. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
So, and another thing, like definitely, I have worked in a general psychiatry hospital also, where I had a different experience of working with consultation licensed psychiatry cases and mild. But I have worked in an Apex Institute of India, that is a Delhi IBHAS, Institute of Human Behavior and Allied Sciences. So there I have had the training that where we got to train in the Mental Health Care Act and the human rights of the persons with mental illness. The human rights were very important and they were very nicely taught. And I always say, like, if you want a good care, get admitted there instead of going to a five-star hotel. Like, they take care of a person with mental illness like that. And they are treated with so much respect, all the festivals, and it's like altogether a different thing. And despite 2000 patient OPD every day and heavy workload, and also the legal cases, legalities, everything I got to see. And that was the my dream job. I got it in 3 years. That was the best part of my training. And that was inspired by the director of that institute, Dr. Nimesh Desai. I always say, like, my dad got me into psychiatry before birth, since the time of birth. But Dr. Nimesh Desai actually pushed me into psychiatry after I heard him in 2010, and he was the real inspiration that yes, in mental health, too many things can be done.
Very, very true. Now, you've been very open about your healing journey after abusive relationships and multiple miscarriages. And I'm sorry if this is very touchy for you, but I feel like
That's fine.
viewers who are watching, I'm pretty sure they can relate to what you've gone through. How have those personal experiences shaped the way you approach both men and women's health in your clinical work and advocacy?
Yeah, so definitely I have myself only changed as a person after two experiences. As they say, pain changes people. And there is nothing to feel sorry about me, first of all, I say, like, because sorry it is to be felt by the men and the family who believe in this work, like who can indulge in this, so they have this victim mentality. So I never agree to that. I'm a victim. I have been a survivor and a fighter. And it's like, and I never shy away from telling my story, because storytelling, media, podcast, everything, they have a courage to give the silence to the other person. That yes, if she is living, we can also do. And I have seen this real life example that two, three people have said me that they called me up that because they read my story, they got the hope of living. That I am doing, they can also do. So another thing, after the coping, healing is not a linear journey. It's different for every person, and it keeps on. And also, grief is a price we pay for love. So definitely, those memories and all good memories were also there. They were not going to go away. And healing is a process. It keeps on going on. At times, I also break down, but I have been open about taking consultations and psychological treatment, also therapy, because I should be first in the right mental state to treat others. So, and also, if I neglect my mental health and I shy away from taking treatment, then how will other people take? So I have never shied away from this. And I got, after first divorce, I didn't need that. But after second divorce, it was very difficult time last year. So I took the proper counseling sessions and the therapy sessions like every regular. Now also I take them spaced out, so that my mental health does not go imbalance, that it will affect others also otherwise. And then this, how it has changed me, that earlier I used to think like I was very attracted to men who were very intelligent, like sapiosexual, like the intelligence is the only thing which attracts me. So, but now I feel the even the education and the knowledge and money or your status, nothing can define your true character. Your true character is how you treat a person below your status, who cannot do anything from you and who cannot be beneficial for you, or how you treat a waiter who is not able going to do anything. That you have to see. That is the true character of a person, and no education, no degree can help in that. I think that is the learned behavior, and family culture has to be brought back. And because my first husband was a renowned first ranker and the most intelligent psychiatrist, and then I really feel like, what's the point of reading psychiatry if one does not have empathy? And the second, it was a full educated family, highly educated. You can't believe, like they had their own colleges also, and but still the abuse happening in front of the parents, and then and that doctor parents, gynec, and abortions happening in front of them. So kindness and empathy and humanity cannot be taught. So whatever money they got, whatever education they have got, it has nothing to do with the true character. And that was the thing, and now it has shaped me. I today only I was discussing, like, definitely after second divorce, my practice view like has changed by looking at the patients, as I have become more compassionate and empathetic, in a way that I look for the minute hints also. If someone complains something like sleeping or whatever it is, so I go into the details of the family dynamics, and something comes out, and once the person opens up, and things get better with the low dose of medication only. Earlier, I never used to go so much deeper into the sexual aspect of the and the family aspect, like what's happening behind the closed doors, because you never know what's happening behind the closed door, and outside we all are smiling faces in the saddest generation. So, and then another thing which has changed, like there is no bias has come in me for men. I still believe men are good, and definitely today is International Men's Day, and I would like to give my honor, and I want to celebrate all the men and in my life and everywhere, because they are the strongest pillar of the society. The feminism has taken a wrong turn on social media. It's not about beating men or making them cry. It's about both of us getting together. So I'm a feminist, but I believe in Kamala Bhasin ma'am's teachings that men of quality are never afraid of gender equality. And definitely all men are not bad. It might be just I got it into wrong relationship. And that was also the first question. Maybe I am a red flag magnet, what I am doing. I asked my psychiatrist when I came back. I write also like why it happened to me only twice. Because I was thinking like it doesn't happen to anybody. I was the first person to get divorced in my family, first person to fall into love marriage, first person to get second time divorce, to be beaten up in both the marriages. And I was like, I asked my counselor, like my therapist, that I don't want to know what diagnosis they have. I don't care. I want to know what I have a problem. Whether I'm a red flag magnet, because people say don't chase Red Bulls, and I have been doing that only since my life. So it was like that is they said it's just destiny, and at times it can be, yeah, definitely low self-esteem can be the cause, and our society script which has been put up like a woman has to like a marriage cannot break and divorce is a stigma. In India, it is a very big stigma. I can't stay like even now I feel to get out of my hometown because it's very difficult for my parents to stay here. Every day they have to answer someone like why third marriage, not when third marriage, and it's difficult for them. And in India, divorce is a very big stigma. There are many men, women, they all are suffering in wrong marriages just because of this. And I always say them that please, a divorced daughter or a divorced son is much better than a daughter or a son who is dying every day there. Because when there is emotional abuse, that I never say only women go through abuse. I have seen more men going through abuse in the last 2, 3 years. The emotional abuse and manipulation and false cases, allegations, and also men, how they go through abuse, they don't come to know like a woman might have depressive or some personality issues before the marriage, and then she becomes clingy, and that becomes very suffocating for a man, and nobody understands. And as we all say, men don't have pain, like men can't don't have pain, but feelings don't have any gender. Everyone has pain, every man has a pain, every man goes through loneliness, heartbreak, divorce, pain, everyone. So my practice has not changed at all, and even in this I have not changed at all. That International Men's Day, I believe that they should be celebrated first, because first of all, mental health cannot be spelled without men. And however independent we are, a woman is incomplete without a man in the house. I am of traditional culture. I don't believe in like too much of independence. So I believe like we can be complete together, happy together, and responsible. So I don't. And another thing, men, they carry all the emotional burden, financial burden, family responsibility, everything alone without saying a word, because they are supposed they are, as per stoicism, they are supposed to be go to war and win everywhere, and they have to do it all alone. But they are carrying it all. Just because they carry it well, it doesn't mean that it's not heavy. They are also carrying it very with difficulty. So I always urge my everyone who is a feminist also, I also tell them that feminism is not about taking men out and talking about them. Just we have to get the culture of positive masculinity, smash the toxic masculinity, get positive role models, and teach men that vulnerability is strength. And you can seek help, and we are there for you. Show the love, show your support to the men in your life, because they are also suffering. It's not only you. So it's like about belonging together and moving together. So I definitely, for me, the men's mental health is very important and very close to heart. Because until a man is not happy in a house, how can everyone else be happy? If my father is not happy, then how can I be happy? My mother will be happy, and vice versa. And so it's about the culture to. It's time to flip the script that we all be together. And I say like now it's time that men become a bit feminine and women become a bit masculine. So we come together. Like men can cry should be the first thing normalized, and women can speak up against injustice. That should be the first thing to be normalized. And men can cry. It is my dream that I want to see on a billboard everywhere in Burj Khalifa, in Dubai, in Times Square, wherever is possible. Because once that problem is solved, half of the problems, even violence, will be solved. Why violence occurs? Because pent up emotions. Have you ever thought like if you are carrying a story inside you and a pent up emotions, and someone is shaking you every day, how angry you get? Like how much you feel burdened and you can't say also. So they are like that, like a beer bottle, and we keep on shaking them, and in the end they have to blast. So the anger will also come down. All the things will come down. Men can cry is normal. Right? That is the best thing I believe. And among women's health, I believe a woman goes through 4 stages in her life: menstruation, motherhood, perimenopause, menopause, and lastly, all this is connected to a mental wellness. And
I would like
a
to
woman,
touch more on the perimenopause, because I'm seeing more ads on social media and also on television where they talk about the perimenopause. Like, these are things that, I know growing up, me as a kid, I was never introduced to that. I was taught about the menstrual and then the menopause. So could you elaborate, not only just for me, but also for the viewers, more information on what perimenopause is?
Yeah. So, first of all, menopause, perimenopause, and 40s is not the end of the life. That is the second inning you have got, and that is life begins at 40, I say. And you can write your different story at the 40. And perimenopause is a stage when your body is going to go into menopause, but there are too many hormonal fluctuations because of that. A woman goes through too many mood symptoms and hot flushes, body ache, fatigue, irritability, and all that becomes very high in perimenopause because suddenly hormonal changes are there. And we even had a perimenopause day we celebrated, and we like discussed the perimenopause day. One gynecologist and I will solve the queries of all the women on a webinar I will share. And we have an app, Heat Cycle, that is developed by Ananya Grover. She is my friend, and she has developed the app. She's a Princeton graduate and a TEDx speaker. It was developed to track the mood symptoms during premenstrual phase, PMS and PMDD. Because in a 28-day cycle, a woman goes through so many mood changes that she can be a Queen Elizabeth to Princess Diana to the in the end to a villain of some movie, and like because those 3-4 days there is sudden hormone surge, sudden chocolate craving, all those things happen. And so to track those symptoms, it's very important that that app has a PMS PMDD tracking and a AI therapy box. When a woman is feeling sad, every woman needs a safe space if you want to talk. And when you get a safe space and a community healing, there we have a community of women. They talk about their problems, but how they felt. And AI Tara, she has made Ananya. That AI Tara, she is very AI chatbot Tara is very nice and empathetic. And she actually, I also go to her at times in the PMS space, like why I'm feeling low today, what's happening. And if you track your symptoms and keep a chart, it will definitely improve your marital relation also. How? Because how a boyfriend goes through the PMS, nobody understands that. He actually goes through more difficulty because a woman becomes more clingy at that time, PMDD, that she is irritable all the time. She's always cursing him. And after 2 days, he's the best husband or a best boyfriend. So men should also, we say like men can also use Heal Cycle. Now Ananya has planned to put up a partner button. So they know like, okay, today my wife is going to be in PMS, so I can buy a flower, chocolate, and just be silent, whatever she says. So things can improve. And then perimenopause has much more mood symptoms. And there is bloating, abdominal distension, and then body changes are there. And a woman, then because of the digital media, comparison comes. And a woman starts comparing like size zero and all, and then that causes a depression. Comparison steals the joy of your life because we keep on comparing to be perfect, but nobody is perfect anyways. And every in the social media, it's all about the happiest faces, but saddest and loneliest generation. And everyone around us is carrying a story inside. So we have this and that. We also have a yoga therapy and music therapy we are putting in it, and then relaxation techniques and journaling is there. Journaling is one actually. I also heal myself with journaling. I never used to write, but journaling is the proven way of therapy that first of all, you get to catharsis. There are many things you cannot talk to everyone. And another thing, you can recognize your own negative patterns, what's happening. So journaling is very, very nice thing. And in that, Ananya has made a very nice journal also with proper questions and all. We have developed it. And like she is the brain, it is her brainchild. I am just helping her clinically. And yeah, I see her as a younger sister and she should succeed in everything, definitely. So it's a brainchild, but Heal Cycle, no. So we have extended it to IVF because in IVF, one injection makes you go to the sky and fall, then throws you down on the floor. And that 2 week waiting period is very difficult. So IVF also we have included in that now to track. So now like clinically we are expanding and technologically she is very nice and she is anyways done a very good job with the app. It's on Apple and everywhere it's available. I will share. Yeah. And if someone has very difficult problems, then they refer it to me because AI chatbot cannot solve the difficult problem, of course. AI cannot replace a human touch.
Yes, that's very, very true. Now,
But I think I should keep my answers a bit concise. I don't know. I start speaking to.
You're absolutely fine. Don't apologize. You're absolutely fine. So now, since it is International Men's Health Day, let's dive into men's health. Because I know a lot of times we're more in tune with talking about women's health to where we leave out the men. And let's face it, without men in the world, we wouldn't be able to enjoy the
Of course.
luxuries of life that we can.
Not only the luxuries, many, like everyone, they give us support. So many things they do. It's just like because of the trending, the independent women and just the real trends have made a wrong turn, and feminism has taken a wrong turn. But I know many men who are much more feminist than a woman, who respect the women's rights and believe in gender equality. And we have an organization in India that is Men Against Rape and Discrimination, run by the Bollywood actor Farhan Akhtar and his friend Anurag Rao, who is CEO of music company. And it is about men talking about gender equality. And I love that concept because I believe since long historical times, we have been talking about women are being beaten up or women are being suppressed. Things haven't changed. Things will change when men start talking about, yes, women are being suppressed. We should come and stop it. So it's about engaging men as allies is the best thing to do to achieve the SDG 5 gender equality. That is the best thing. And he for she campaign is there for United Nations also. Then Dubai has this I am a man campaign. So all these things. And another we have a show also, a Be a Man Yar. But I say, why be a man? Being a man is not different than being a woman. It's like be a human. Even man has a feelings, and you can't say like men can't cry, men have to be tough and all. Why? Why they have to wear the tough face all the time? Never know. And a man who is vulnerable, man will become vulnerable in front of you only if he actually loves you, truly loves you. He never shows his weakness to anybody. And that is why 73% of men in India are being trapped, and there are suicide rates are very high since last 2 years because men don't talk. And once they start talking, they have a fear of judgment, and people judge them like, oh wow, he's crying like a girl or something. So it is the major cause of there is a depression, and 73% of Indian men are suffering silently. So I believe it's time to reframe the mental health, take care of our men also, then only society can function together, of course. And vulnerability
Now,
is strength. And another thing is to unbutton. I have given that challenge also to unbutton. Unbutton, as in there was a Levi's ad in which Twinkle Khanna, like she had this like unbutton thing. So I believe it like to unbutton, a man should always unbutton what to unbutton? To unbutton his emotions, unbutton the anger pent up, unbutton what feelings he has, and unbutton the any problems he has and seek for help. So that is a challenge for men I gave today, like unbutton in 1 week, whatever you feel, you can talk about it. You don't have to hold back. So everything needs a, like even a movie is made with the crew, help of a crew. So why a man can do everything alone? No, not at all. I don't believe in that.
I've noticed that more and more movies that are coming out, it's actually showing the softer side of men over the very aggressive,
Yeah, that is a toxic
masculine.
masculinity. Yeah.
Uh,
So I once went for a walk for mental health. Their filmmakers were there. So I keep on urging the filmmakers to please bring back our chocolate boys and bring back our lovey-dovey boys and chocolate boys actors back so our generation can learn from them. The way the Shah Rukh Khan was in 90s and Ranbir Kapoor was earlier. Because children learn, not only children, I'm 40-year-old, I get so impressed by movies. And a boy who is looking so handsome in a movie, I would like to have a boy like that. So that is what is affecting our children. And even adolescence movie you must have seen, not about Bollywood I'm talking, but adolescence everyone has seen that. A boy was living on the had learned behavior of his father, and daughter was living on the survival instinct as always. So it's been taught like so media shapes the society, not shapes, but at least it can change the perception of the society. And that's why I keep on urging the filmmakers to please bring back the chocolate boys so that our girls can learn and boys can also learn. Yes, these men are also true men. Being tough is not only being a man, even being kindness, and your kindness can speak a lot. So that is there. And I think that that belief was stoicism time that, but that time it was needed, that war and all. But now there is no war. No man is going for a war. They all are going for work and all. So why to be trained like just to think about that? No? So that was a very old thing and we have to change it. Of course, they have protective role. They can protect us. They protect us, of course. So we should also protect them from the internal pressures what they are facing.
so when it comes to men's health, what are the 3 tips that you would give to a man that is experiencing mental health
So
issues?
yes. So first of all, I would like to say men can cry is normal. You are a human being. feelings have no gender, and I understand, and you are heard, you are seen, you are validated, your dreams, your opinion, your pain, everything matters a lot. So please don't think that be a man is like to be tough. Everything matters, your dreams matter a lot, you have sacrificed a lot. So, and second is to vulnerability is strength. It's not about like if you cry or talk about your weakness that you become weak. Shah Rukh Khan has been so vulnerable in his one of the interview talking about his father's death, and also so it doesn't mean he is weak. Rather, he is the true gentleman which I to look up to, and many women in India look up to. I don't know about you know or no. And then so in movies also I and third thing is seeking help is not a sign of weakness. Seek help, seek support, and talk to your friends. In not talking, talk to friends, meaning not this like what we are to do today. Talking about your family issues also, because women get together and venting out only releases the oxytocin and releases hormones and decreases the stress. But men get together, they never talk about their burdens. They just talk about, oh my God, chalo, we will have this beer and just go. But they should also feel safe to be talked and not to be judged. So to all the men, you are support, and you don't have to do everything alone. Seeking help is not a sign of strength, it's a sign of weakness.
Yeah. So, with both men's and women's health in mind, how important is it that couples or families engage in shared health journeys? And what's your advice for couples to build health together?
Okay, so first of all, yeah, and women mental health and men mental. It's like it all depends on culture to culture. First of all, mental illnesses are also diagnosed. Also, is culturally acceptable. That is also to be seen. But yeah, in cultural variations there are. I did a study in South India where it was seen that women take much longer time to reach a consultation as compared to men. Why? Because women are not the breadwinners there, and that was a village where I studied this. And women were not the breadwinner, so they were being rushed away. Oh no, you don't need any treatment, or it's just dramatic. And so they take longer time, and then prognosis is bad. And men, and in other countries, I have read the studies, it's about men take longer time because they can't seek help. So I believe men and women, first of all, everybody, men, women, child, lesbian, gay, whatever gender it is, they all should seek help. Seeking help is a sign of strength. And today the world is everybody. Nobody is there who normality is a myth. Nobody is normal or perfect. Normality is a myth, first of all, and we are being trained to carry on the happy faces over the social media. But everyone is carrying a painful story or agony inside, as Maya Angelou said that there is no greater agony than carrying a story untold. So everyone is carrying the burdens of the life. So it's time to seek help, talk about it, and it's time to bring back the family culture, family time spent. We know what's happening in London. What's happening with you, I might be knowing, but what's happening with my sister here? What's that? So have a dinner time together, fixed time. And the family values what were there earlier to speak to your family elders. Respect is very important. And then in the marital life, the five languages of love. One has to understand that. And it's like I am coming to London and I don't know your language, or Paris I come and I don't know French. So of course people will feel I'm weird. And similarly, I go to someone's house and they don't know my love language. I feel weird, they feel weird, and there is a disappointment. So similarly, everyone has a five types of love languages. That is either the words of affirmation, and then receiving gifts, then acts of service, and then there is a respect, and then the display of affection someone has. So it depends from man to woman. Some women like okay, yeah, if my husband gives me gifts I will be happy. So a husband should know that this makes her happy, this is her love language. But husband does not like gifts, does not like to be wished on the birthdays. So women should also understand that husband, like for husband, the love language is if takes she respectfully talks to his parents. So it is the love language of a person. So that has to be understood. Once you decode the love language of your partner, then things become easy. So, but yes, definitely, I always say marriage and life, they don't come with any rule book or any script. I had read all the books in my life, like since childhood, raised in psychiatry uh, society. Like our vacations were also psychiatry conferences. I don't remember any other vacation. And we didn't know what is fever, what is diarrhea, but we knew what is empathy, what is headache, what is depression and confusion. So after that also, and I used to do a lot of marital counseling. I read after second marriage, first marriage divorce, I read all the books. But Gary Chapman is a man who has actually written wonderful books, and marital therapies are also done. I think he's UK based only. Five languages of love, save your marriage before it breaks, seven principles to make your marriage work, and everything I had read. But a relationship is a two-way street. So if a second person does not know, does not want, so how things can work? And life is also does not come with marriage and all is not a script and not a rule book. So for the couples, I have this that you all should not be. It's like now women are empowered. So our whole generation kept on empowering women, but forgot to train men to live with the empowered women, how to live. Every man wants a CEO for a marriage or a beauty queen, but in the end, they go to the household work like that cannot be done. It has to be her wins, her have to be celebrated, her promotion has to be celebrated equally, and she has to be motivated. And similarly for a woman, a man gets tired, he should be treated properly, he should be given food. And there are many roles a woman can do much better than a man, like caregiving roles. Okay, men can also do, but of course, caring the elderly women can do better. But I believe that still that even caring for the elderly in our family and children, we cannot leave them only on the men. And how much independent we are, we have to think about it. And definitely, it's about taking the mutual, having mutual trust between each other, and sharing the responsibilities and celebrating each other's wins and act as a team. I will recite my poem that I have written on gender equality. In the end, I can recite on now whatever you say. Uh, so because I
Yeah,
believe men
recite
and
your
women should
poem.
come together. Yeah, I would read it. Yeah. Uh, I had written a poem on gender equality because I truly believe it's about equality. Not equality, it's about mutuality because equal we cannot be. Biologically, we are different. So biologically, anyways, we are different, and even psychologically, many things are different. Women's caregiving is different, man's is different. So we have to understand each other, celebrate each other's wins, and not to have ego issues. We are a couple. We are not. Best marital marriage is a one where you keep on forgiving each other every
Hmm.
time and moving forward in a marriage. And love can fade. Definitely, love fades because looks, love, attraction, they fade. But the respect and the trust is the most important component of any relationship, any marriage to work. And you both have to take care of each other's health, each other's mental health, and not to be judgmental. That is the my advice. So once so from equal strife to mutual life. We sought equality, a level ground, where man and woman stood unbound. But lines were drawn and battles were raged, for measured worth on every stage. Let's turn from you and me to us. Let's join our hands together. And shared reality, hearts entwined, wise and cool. No scales, no rules, just understanding each other's voice and feelings. And where supports woven deep, a guiding choice, equal seeks perfection. But we can be mutual and it opens the doors to better things. So let's build a world anew where us is strong and true, hand in hand, mutual, thriving land, where you and me become us and a promise stand. And we are a team together, we are not to fight here.
That
So
is
I believe
beautiful.
men also need too much of respect, equal respect, and they also go through a lot of burdens. It doesn't matter, like I have gone through bad marriages, so maybe that was my destiny and higher calling to help other women. I still don't believe like all men are bad.
That was really truly a beautiful, touching poem. I love that you go based on
I'll
equality.
share the point with you. I have written another that is a broken but beautiful. That is about my life journey, like turning pain into purpose.
I can't wait to read it and also share it
Yeah,
with
I
the
have
group.
written like another things like that, and another one is like now the motto of life is catch flights, not feelings.
I love
So
it. I
that's
love
my
it.
motto anyway, to catch flights to keep raising the flag of mental health high everywhere, in every country, give the talk.
That's wonderful. Now, what are some emerging trends in men's and women's health that listeners should be aware of?
So a person, first of all, the path breaking step which Ananya Grover has made it. Like earlier, I have also gone through the IVF cycles. That time I even downloaded or even bought the menstrual trackers, but none of the menstrual trackers had mood symptom, because people don't even think about it. And Heal Cycle is the only app which I came across now that it has a mood symptoms. And mood is the most important thing to track during that period. Ovulation and all is anyways being tracked by your gynecologist. So ovulation, anyways, your gynec is tracking with ultrasound and everything, and that is her work. But you have to take care of your own health, mental health. And this was a path breaking step, which I believe, which Ananya has taken. And so now PMS and PMDD is actually being normalized. And we should normalize that a woman goes through so many stages due to hormonal changes. And it's not dramatic. If a man has to go through so much hormonal shocks and this, he will go crazy. So he should understand that it's not the woman who's demanding gifts and chocolates, it's her hormones speaking that she needs chocolate because of the progesterone and estrogen imbalance. So they are those hormones which make her clingy, and understand that that is a biological thing. So it's not always dramatic. And once I read also on the Facebook that a woman can deliver a child, a man, only a woman who has delivered a child without anesthesia can understand the pain of a man going through cold. So it's like a woman does not dramatize. They actually go through a lot of pain, and they also carry so much. And one should understand. You should not. Every woman is dismissed. Oh my God, this is drama. Why are you having headache? What's PMS? Even our mothers also dismiss that we never had PMS. It's you only who is having. We did all the household work. Even females do that, elderly. But no, it's real, and PMDD takes 10 to 12 years to get diagnosed because of this. And it can also lead to suicide also. As Ananya always says, it's an evil cousin of uh, PMS, because it becomes like severe depression, and this has to be ruled out. And then postpartum depression is very common. We neglect that, and you must have seen everyone is ready to hold the baby, but who holds the mom? Everyone goes to the hospital, everyone is waiting. Oh my God, child is so cute. Nobody asks, how is the mom? Mom has spent her 9 months going through pain and giving the delivery and all, but nobody asks, how are you? So, postpartum depression is very real. And also, due to the bodily changes she goes through, there are weight gain, and even the breast changes, all the changes are there, and sexual life is hampered. She gets at times, though that can be a part of postpartum depression, that I am not looking good, and low self-esteem can happen, and that is more nowadays because of the digital culture. And also, and some working women, they get to stay at home all the time just because they have delivered. And it is a very difficult task for a person who is 24 hours working, always on the go, and to stay at home. So they go through a lot of stress, and start feeling unworthy at times, that I have studied, I have done job, and still I am just sitting at home. But that is just a phase of a life. And if that phase, parents, and more than the parents, the spouse is supportive, things can definitely get better. So these are the things which have to be taken care, that women hormones and mental health is very different concept. And there is nothing like dramatic. Nobody likes to be dramatic.
No, that's
And
very
for
true. And I've
yeah,
I've heard other women that just in passing where they're talking to their friends, and I often hear out of their mouth, I don't think my husband finds me attractive. After I
yeah,
had the baby, I can't seem to shed
yes,
the baby weight. I don't find, I'm afraid that he's going to wander off.
for
And
affair, yeah.
I have to sit back and I'm like, wow, that's an eye opener. Like the fact that that's what's going through their mind, rather than the fact of your body just not only produced a child, carried this child for 9 months.
Yeah. And like breast changes occur a lot, like breast becomes saggy. That also makes them very insecure. And they start thinking and that there might be some problem, or why he's not taking interest in me. There might be. And at times after delivery, hormonal changes occur and sexual libido increases. So that is not a woman's fault. It's a biologic speaking. So, and a man does not feel like at that time maybe, but that body changes. You have to accept that is a part of life. It is not, they all are temporary and they are just, and body does not matter. You don't fall in love with the body, you fall in love with the mind, and it should be like beautiful inside out. And so that love should maintain. So that's why I say love fades, but respect and trust never fades in a marriage, and that marriage works. And definitely, due to digital media, there is a lot of pressure on women to be perfect, to be size zero, and even men, they have the performance anxiety. Many ads comes of condom ads and all the ads of the sexual products like lubricants, talking about the size. That is the biggest myth. Size does not matter at all. It's, so I always say, don't look at the size, look at the heart of the person. Size will
Yes.
not matter, definitely. Yeah.
Yes. I
It's
have
the
heard
heart of
men,
the person, how it is. Yes.
yes, I
So
have
it's
heard
about like,
men
and
talk about, I don't think she's pleased with the size of it, or I don't think she's pleased with
yeah.
how long I
Hmm.
go. You sit back and you go, I don't think it really matters the size nor how
It
long
does
you're
not
going.
matter.
It's the passion you're putting into it.
Yes.
It's a connection.
It's actually the connection and the chemistry you have. And another thing, definitely a woman's sexual cycle and a male sexual cycle is very different. Male get orgasm very soon and female gets orgasm very late. So that is the difference there, and that comes up like a man starts feeling I am not able to satisfy her, but that is biological process, normal natural biological process, that she takes longer time. And there are many women I know, they must not have known about like what orgasm is like, uh, in reality at times. And also masturbation is bad. That is the biggest myth to be busted, because it's absolutely normal as possible, and because there is no weakness, nothing. And many men are taught that because you masturbated in the childhood or you watched porn, that's why your size is small and you are not able to perform. But masturbation is a normal thing until it becomes addiction. And one person can do it twice a day, and one person can do it once in a month also. Both are normal until it hampers your socio-occupational dysfunction. So that is the biggest myth to be busted, that masturbation is a sin. That's not a sin. Few days back, I heard one guy said me, "Oh, please, I can never think of masturbating. Uh, how do you think then I'm so fair and I'm so smart and attractive? Because I never masturbated." I was like, what? He's like,
I
of
would,
course, I'm not wasting my semen, and I'm not masturbating and getting indulged with the sin, so I'm attractive and smart and intelligent. I was shocked to hear that. And so that is the myth which definitely needs to be busted, and definitely female also masturbate. So it's not like they just don't talk about it. It's, I
mhm.
always say it's everyone, 99% of the male masturbate and 95% females masturbate. Rest of the 6% are lying that they don't. They lie about it because it's a natural, normal phenomenon. And it's the biggest myth which causes a lot of performance anxiety in a man, because they have been taught about it like it's a sin. So that has to be broken, and the size does not matter at all. It's about the love and the compassion you have.
I fully agree. Now, my last question for you is for the listeners who feel stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure where to start, what is one actionable step you would recommend today to improve their health, whether they are male or female?
Whoever you are, if you feel stuck, unsure, or have negative thoughts, feeling low, seek help. Call psychiatric helplines or seek a psychiatric consultation, psychology consultation. There is no stigma, no shame in taking a consultation. If you go for treatment for fracture, for asthma, it's similarly, you go for the treatment for depression, and your life will become much better. Even if relationship issues are there, you can go for the counseling. For sexual health, Allo Health has been a big game changer in India. That is an online platform. So people can consult a doctor anonymously also if they have stigma. First of all, stigma should not be there, but still, if they have, take care of your health, take charge of your own health, happiness, and your life, and don't give the steering wheel of your life in somebody else's hand. It's time that mental wellness is a necessity, not a luxury. It's a priority. It's a necessity. Just think about that. So that is the advice. And another one advice I always give to everyone: keep your social support system strong. That is the biggest strength you can have. Whatever happens, in Margaret Atwood said, we in the end we all become stories. And anyways, in the end, we all become stories. But what the legacy we are going to leave behind is not the money and all. It does not matter at all, materialistic things. The relationships you had, the people who can fight for you in the rooms where you are not. Have very close relationships and discuss about your emotional things with them. It will help you a lot. So, and never judge anyone. You don't know. Everyone is fighting a battle. You never know. So please be kind to everyone. Nobody knows. Everyone, every smiling face, every laughing face can be hiding a painful story. So please be kind and to everyone. And I believe like world should be inclusive, gender equal, gender neutral, and even LGBT community is a part of our world, and they are no different at all. It's like we don't fall in love with the gender, we fall in love with the person. So please, I believe in getting the inclusive society, and I imagine a world where men start coming and talking about the gender equality, and women start coming and talking about a man's health. So then the things will improve.
I absolutely love that. I love that. And remember, if you are feeling stuck, there are places,
Yeah.
people you
So
can reach
please
out
take
to.
online helplines. There are a lot of online helplines, even by NHS there are, and even Indian Psychiatric Society, Telemanas is there. So there are a lot of platforms these days. You can talk about it, how the suicide helplines work, because there is when person gets the impulse of suicide or negative thoughts, it is an impulse that time. If someone suicide is never a wish to die, it's a wish to end the pain. It's a cry for help to end the pain. Nobody wants to die. And to end that pain. So at that time, if someone listens to you, even if he's a unknown person, with empathy, you get that feeling like you are not being judged, you are being seen, feel heard, and that impulse goes down, and suicide impulse goes, and it takes a lot of courage to get it again. So everyone can be a mental health advocate, everyone can be a gatekeeper to improve your mental health. Everyone should talk about it. We just have to have a empathy, and we have to train people about questioning with empathy, then persuading them with care and love, and responding with love and care and right direction. So QPR is the code we can do for everyone.
I absolutely love it. I want to thank you for your time today, Dr. Anita. It was a pleasure having you on, and especially
It was lovely
exploring
having you. Yeah.
mental health for men and
Well,
women,
I
transgender,
now
all kinds, and also hearing about your app. Now, please tell our viewers where they can download your app, The Heat
yes,
Cycle.
yeah. Please download our app, Heals www.healcycle.com. It is available on Apple and even Android. And even we have a community, and a Facebook page is also there by Heal Cycle, and Instagram page where everything is being shared, and all the webinars, podcast is there, and all the knowledge about the symptoms, mood symptoms, and the even many ADHD women, neurodivergent people, they go through a lot of PMS and PMDD. So about that also, psychiatrists from different countries, Ananya has brought them, and even gynecs, they explain everything. And if you want to ask any questions, we are there to answer. So download the app, and soon we are getting a smartwatch. Ananya has got the grants, and we will make a smartwatch to track mood symptoms to help women during menstruation, pregnancy, IVF, and all.
I love it. Again, thank you so much for your time. This is the conclusion of CrownCast. I am your host, First Lady Swinton. You all have a lovely rest of your day.